4 months ago. He walked away from the charts. Obina left Power40 for Bonny Island's oil money. He came back, broken, but then he restarted. With Sammy, with the rules, 35 lessons, $5 a day, one system, from Delta desperation to weekly freedom. Enroll now. Start with lesson 1 for $5. Your comeback starts here.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Power40 Induction program. This is your invitation to financial freedom. One setup per week, 100% return on capital, starting at $100. And I charge you nothing to join. No logins shared, no fees, you control everything. Maximum risk, $70. Okay? Here's how it works. You fund an account, I deliver setups, you trade yourself, and profit is shared. We establish 10 entry levels and 3 Fibonacci levels for precise management. Join us in this journey where you will transform your trading skills.
I built Power40 trading community mainly for consultants who have struggled with oil and gas transactions and have seen themselves as failures, okay? Especially because of the high expectation in every contract that gets started or originated but does not close successfully. If you have had this kind of experience, you will know that some opportunities out there are such that you had looked down upon before, but right now they will mean so much to you, especially where they are keeping you going, right? So a consultant who is used to expecting a pay of around $5,000 to $50,000, this is within a month, and doesn't see it, is already used to overlooking something that will pay him $100 per week. Okay, such a consultant, you won't blame him. But someone who is not coming from that consulting background, $100 per week is a serious income. I mean, it's just like saying, how much do you actually spend on feeding and survival per week? If you check it, do your budget without calculating maybe health care, transport, just taking care of yourself to survive. Okay, eat normal and take care of your dependents. You realize that you don't spend up to $55 per week. You don't spend up to $55 per week if you are not being extravagant. All right. So even as a consultant, if you can get something that pays you $100 per week, that should be enough to keep you going. And you still have change of $45 to save. I'm speaking in dollar terms because the naira terms will look exaggerated. Okay, so consultants in the oil and gas field are used to doing transactions in US dollars. So that is why I'm keeping to the US dollars in the Power40 trading community, because I built this community to support consultants and they will be leveraging my own experience. So for you, I am happy that you accepted me initially. You know, one thing we experience when engaging with people who we regard as strangers is we don't know the opportunities that we can gain or learn about from them. And imagine that if someone does not bring you a certain information directly, you might never get it, okay? Because let's say some adverts are done and you don't, maybe you are not online at the time the advert was live and you didn't even see it. People who saw it may have taken advantage of it. You who did not see it will miss it, right? So sometimes it is even important that someone looks for those who might benefit and go to them directly. And that is what I have tried to do. So I am happy to announce that throughout the months of November, December, January, February, and March, I will be providing members of my Power40 trading community one setup for swings trading that will pay each trader 100% of any capital they decide to trade with from $100 and above. And the best part is that I won't charge them any service fee to join. they only pay me 50% of their weekly payout after successfully trading my setup. I will provide one setup for all who join for free per week. There is no entry barrier, no minimum experience required. They only fund their trading account with any amount of capital they prefer from $100 and above. Then follow my swing trade setups once per week. They only pay me 50% of the profit in their weekly payout. I provide the setup, I provide the guidance, I call the shot, and I do it live over a group call session done on WhatsApp. I can also do it on Google Meet. And they only provide the capital to fund their own accounts. They can choose any broker they prefer or decide to work with my own recommended broker if that is what they want. Then they trade my setup, doing it themselves. They give money to no one. They share no account login with anyone. They pay no entry fee, like subscription fee. All free to join and get paid to follow my setup. They only pay me 50% of their own payout as a success fee, not a service fee. Plus, I remain accessible to coach and mentor them as long as they are members of the Power40 remoteness community, which they actually join for free once they are ready for my trading setups. If they choose to trade my swing trade setup with a minimum of $100, it means their weekly payout could start from $100. And it is only after receiving their payout in their own account that they are required to pay me my success fee. And the cycle continues for 5 months with me. If they are ready to learn how to get the setups by themselves, they have the Power40 Scientific Trading School course already accessible at the cost of $175 total course fee. That is, if you count paying $5 per course. So I am letting them control their own income, leveraging my own mastery of the mathematical rules of price sequence markings taught in the Power40 STS course itself. So what do you think? Isn't this amazing? Is there any reason why anyone in their right senses will refuse to be part of an opportunity like this? So what if you are thinking this is something very risky because of what you have heard about trading? Well, I think there are potential concerns that I need to address. So one, risk disclosure. You might not be so familiar with trading, so I want you to listen so that if you need to find out somewhere else, you can use what I tell you to find out also to know if what I'm giving you is really going to help you or not. So for my risk disclosure, I want you to know that for each setup I provide, there are 10 levels of entries, but the entries are not placed as limit orders before the levels are tested. Instead, the first level has to actually be engaged by the market first before the instant order is placed on market execution. Okay, sorry, I'm actually having cold, so I'm sneezing a lot. So same applies to all other levels the first time, each using only 1% of the trading capital and risking same 1% with a 10 pips stop loss and fixed 1000 pips take profit, offering a 1:100 risk to reward ratio. After the first test entries, the 3 key levels are chosen and stop orders placed again. This time, using lot sizes increased as follows: 0.01, 0.02, and 0.03 at key levels 1, 2, and 3. Only these levels are repeated if the 10 pips stop loss get compromised with up to 10 re-entry opportunities, particularly if the market is consolidating between the 3 key levels. These 3 key levels correspond with the fib sequence 3 main levels. That is 10, 10 times 5, and 100 respectively. Total risk potential on 10 repeat entries at 3 key levels after initial test of 10 entry levels is $70. That is $10 plus $60 when trading with the minimum capital of $100. So I do not ask for $70 capital because the structure of the trading requires having what is called margin. Okay, so when you have the capital, you need to have also an extra buy to back up that capital you have. That is why the minimum is $100. So some persons would have asked me whether is it not possible to start with $10, $50. Of course, it's possible, but it will not allow you to trade the setup. Remember, this is one setup for the week. Okay, so you cannot use $10 to do a one setup for the week. Even if I wanted to give you only one entry to hold, you can't use less than $100 for that. So $100 is a minimum. Then the advantage is that if you have more than $100, you can actually benefit more, because for each setup you are giving with $100, when you have $200, I show you how to increase, okay, your lot sizes per time to correspond with the capital you have, meaning that you get a double with $200, you get triple with $300. So that's for the risk uh, disclaimer, right? Or risk disclosure. So if you are wondering whether, yes, can you lose your capital? I've just shown you the maximum risk is $70, which means your capital of $100 allows you to take the risk. And in trading, if you cannot take the risk, you cannot earn the reward. By mentioning the risk does not mean you are losing all of this amount. It only means this is what is possible, all right? But it does not disqualify you from making the gains. So after the risk has been taken, the next thing is the reward. The risk is the amount of time you are able to hold your position, okay, even when your entry get compromised, so that you don't miss out when the move is to begin. Missing out is like not making money for that week, and that is not why you went out for business, okay? So you don't go out for business in a day expecting to come back and get nothing to bring back home or for the week. Trading is one of the best places where if you have the right risk tolerance, you can always go back home with something. Unlike other businesses that you can open your store and nobody comes in to buy from you, you go back hungry. In trading, all you need is a right risk tolerance and the capital to accommodate that risk. So if you have the right capital, you must go home with something. So imagine that you are going home with $100 every week, despite the risk involved. This is what I am providing. So this is better than what many of my co-consultants have been suffering, that you are doing a business and you never get paid even once. I spent 9 years and did not get paid even once. Yet every week it seems like this is the week I will get paid, but you keep going without hope and nothing happens. It is better that you are getting $100 per week than you are waiting for $50,000 that will not come in 9 years. And then if you are managing your payout well, you will realize that you are even going to grow that $100 into larger funds over time, which is why I am available to provide the support needed. So next area of concern is setup performance. Despite this calculated risk, the previous setups I have posted, if you look at my Facebook post, you will notice that they have proven 100% accuracy. All this risk I am mentioning here did not even apply. But you cannot say because it didn't apply in the past, it might not apply in the future. That is why I'm calculating it so that you know that it's already calculated, whereby the end of the setup's price journey, the first level entry itself pays out 100% of the traded capital. That has been the performance record I have had. It is because of how efficient I have been that I decided to make this available to others, consultants like me, to help them have something doing and have something going for them weekly to take care of their families. So now that I am laying out the intricacies of this, I believe any other person, whether consultant or not, can benefit from this. If you are not a consultant, this is even an advantage for you because you have not been through the suffering that consultants have been through. Okay, so this would be like you making extra money. Just imagine you working, okay, as an employee, and you are being paid $100 per week. Let's calculate that, okay? In Naira, that would be 160,000 Naira per week. Would that not be a good job for you? All right. Then you have to earn that 4 times to make it your monthly income. Most jobs, cannot pay you that much, right? But imagine this is what I am providing. Not because I was considering those who are employees, but because I was considering consultants who are used to high income expectation, okay? Who are used to six-figure income expectation. So for those who are not used to six-figure income expectation, this would be like too good for you. Okay? It can take care of your needs at every level. So again, I've emphasized that the first entry level itself pays out 100% of the traded capital. That is when the market stabilizes after all of the run around the levels, okay? Why the added two key levels mostly increase the payout by 2 and 3 times respectively, insofar as they were taken and held in profit before the first level entry was taken and held. That is to say, when the market has moved to compromise your first entry level, it goes into the other key levels, which now gives you added advantage to, first of all, recover whatever the market may have taken, and then double whatever profit you are expecting. So while you were expecting 100%, now with the second level added, you now start expecting 300%, not even 200%. With the third level added, you stop expecting 100%, but 600%. This is the miracle of trading these my setups. Okay, so imagine that because the market delayed to move immediately, it increased your potential profit. Just imagine that kind of business. Whereas if you are a consultant, delay leads to denial. They used to say delay is not denial, but in consulting, delay is denial. If your client delays to respond and say, yes, I am paying or I'm doing this, you never get paid. But if you are a trader, delay becomes an opportunity to increase your income. And now nobody argues with you because it's not like a contract between you and another person. It's you and the market. Okay, so delay to move immediately gives you an opportunity to make double, triple, and even quadruple, quintuple, and sextuple of your projected income or payout. So overall, the reward potential is always 100 times of the risk itself. That is $100 to $200 plus $300, which is equal to $600 reward against a $70 maximum risk per setup. How do you see that? And I'm talking about you only doing $100 capital, which is a minimum capital to trade with. So if I were to blow, okay, my trumpet with this, you would be imagining, wow, so this is really possible. Yes, it is possible. And I said, in the Power40 trading community, I have demonstrated it over and over. I have posted on my Facebook timeline several times, okay, giving free calls just to prove to the world that there is something people can rely on. But since when you post in public, you are not really reaching out to the people you are looking forward to. Even when you run an advert, you find out that more uninterested people will consume your advert budget before even the real people will see it. And by the time you are done with your campaign, you have decided that that campaign did not work, but it did not get to the right people. So the best way to reach the right persons is by going directly. That is what I have done. So another concern is support and coaching. So due to the number of times a setup can be traded until it goes into full profit, there is an ongoing coaching provided alongside mentoring support that instructs the traders promptly on how soon to take the next entry at the setup. But most especially when to add a bonus entry at level 1 using 0.10 lot. That is to say, using the highest lot for a $100 account. So if it is not a $100 account, it means the highest lot for a $200 account will be 0.20 based on risk management. Remember that, okay, that I am also implying risk management, not the highest per capita, but the highest for the risk tolerance I have already structured for my traders. So using 0.01 lot for a $100 account with a take profit set for it at same target as others to boost the potential payout by 10 times. That is an extra $1,000 for the same $100 minimum trading capital. So this is not just exciting. This is mind-blowing, all right? Because we are still saying that not only you are making 100%, just like I started with, you can even make 1,000%. And this is even a bonus on what you are making just because the market delayed. So, but what it actually serves is to quickly achieve the goal of 100% return on capital once all other levels have been repeated their maximum number of times, which rarely happens. So that's to say, you may not even risk the $70 I talked about before you start seeing your profit come in. But just in case that happens, then you are using this bonus entry to max your potential for recovering all of your $70 and still achieve your 100% return. Okay, and still the market has not gone the full circle of that setup I provide. Hence, partial profit taking instructions are provided once the 100% payout target is reached before the setup completes its full circle move, using the bonus entry to take partial profit while allowing the others to run smoothly. Imagine when you already know that you have achieved your target, okay, but you still want the extra money to come in. That is what happens when this bonus entry is taken. So this is done by moving all SL to 150 pips profit alongside the bonus entry once the first 200 pips profit has been captured by all three entries alongside the bonus entry. And that makes it a highly successful trading plan with top-notch capital protection. You see, what I am offering you, okay, to be part of the Power40 trading community is actually a win-win for both me and the community members. And in case you want me to break it down further, first, I have emphasized that there is no entry barrier. I am not charging any service fee to join, and members can fund their trading accounts with any amount from $100 and above, which means that this low risk entry point could attract more members. So imagine you were part of those who were promoting the Power40 trading community, all right? Whoever gets to know that there is no entry barrier should be happy to join. You see that? So next, free setup and guidance. I've mentioned that I am providing a weekly swing trade setup guidance, and I'll be coaching those who join to help them succeed. This support system could also increase the chances of members making a profit. Remember that we do not speak with a certain language because the financial market has regulations that wants us not to say this is for certain. So we can always say probability or probably. All right. However, from my setups history, which I have posted on Facebook, I would like you to check it out yourself. You can see that it has been consistent, and not because I made it consistent, because I am using a scientific approach to trading that most people have not got access to. And I have created this as a course that anyone can learn. Okay. And also do it by themselves. Next, revenue sharing. Members only pay me 50% of their weekly payouts as a success fee, which means they will still retain a significant portion of their profits. Then, for access to the Power40 STS course, this is for an additional $175, which means members can access the Power40 STS course to learn how to generate their own trade setups and take control of their income. I have not hidden any information that is worth mentioning. I have given out all of the information. That means that if you are considering to be part of what I am talking about, remember this is my own project, okay? There are so many projects that look like it, but none of them have the originality of the founder defending his proposal like I am doing. And I want you to take me seriously. That is why I am doing this, all right? So there are potential benefits for members, and they include, first, learning from an experienced trader. Members can gain insights and knowledge from my expertise. This means that even without having the knowledge, without having an experience in trading, without having got any background at all, my experience is enough for everybody, anybody at all, regardless of background, educational background. Okay? Even though you cannot read and write, because there is nothing to write or read here, you just to follow instruction, you can achieve this result. Imagine if you wanted to go look for a job, you would need to be qualified for the job. But in my own case, there is no qualification required. If I can do this for you, it is now yours to plan to be part of it. Imagine I have removed all the barriers and I am making sure that you tap into my own experience, leveraging my knowledge and expertise. Is that not what you should have paid $1,000 for? But you get it all free. When you succeed, then you pay me. Then again, potential for significant profit. This is part of the potential benefits. With 100% capital-based payout potential, members could see substantial returns on their investment. When we say investment, some people think investment is when you give money to somebody to trade for you. No, and I always kick against that. I always prefer to train you to know how to do it yourself. And that is why Power 40 really empowers with the knowledge to do it yourself. Because it is not healthy that you only hear about promising reward and you do not know what generates those rewards. It should be that you are doing it yourself so that you can speak for yourself and tell someone, I did it myself. And that is why in my coaching and mentoring sessions, I guide you to do it yourself. I don't ever try to do it for you. You can't even pay me to do it for you because I don't have such time. Okay? In all my years of providing services for trading, I only focus on empowering individuals to have the same capacity I have. I do not hide information or knowledge, and yet I am always available to respond to any request, any question at any time. You can't find a replica of me. I must boast about that. So next is flexibility and control. Members can choose their own broker, fund their account, and execute trades themselves. So I am not binding you to use my own broker. As far as you are part of my Power 40 trading community, which you get access to without making any sort of financial commitment, okay? You can do whatever you want insofar as you are going to follow my instruction, make the money, and then give me my profit share. Now, I have already talked about the potential concerns, which are reflected in the risk disclosure, and then the setup performance, and then support and coaching, which I have done. So overall, you can see that my offer is not just an attractive opportunity, but a very good one that you should not miss for any reason. Just in case you were misunderstanding me at first, that is why I am saying it in my own voice so that you hear from me directly. This is not a consulting session, so you don't come to pay me to hear. You listen. I have given you the information free already. I wonder why you will not take me seriously when I have already disclosed my profile. I am an internationally renowned author of 14 books. 3 of my books published in the US, other 3 published in the UK, and the others are available as self-published books. Okay, and you can find them all just by Googling my name. Even Facebook now has logged my details so that anybody can search Francis Bestman Isugu and see my details. Okay, I am renowned as an author. You don't expect a researcher like me to deceive you with information. What happens to my reputation? All right, so always take my words seriously because everything I do has my mark of integrity on it. And that is why I am addressing all areas of concern. Okay, so if you are interested in trading, this is an attractive opportunity. You should take it seriously. I have already addressed potential concerns and then I have provided clear information. This is to build trust between me and you because my service will be for a long time. You can always access me at any time. My program, which is my trading plan, is well structured and calculated with a clear risk management strategy already in place. I already have explained the risk disclosure. I am transparent about the potential risk, including the possibility of losses if the stop loss is triggered. I have also outlined the entry and exit strategies, which help in understanding the risk management approach. Then I have told you about my setup performance, that the historical performance of my setup are very impressive because I have demonstrated 100% accuracy. And then you should note that past performance is not always indicative of future results. Yet I say this is based on a scientific approach, which means that as far as the approach continues to be refined, it will always have the probability of giving you success more than you just shopping for a trading program on your own. This is something that has been developed scientifically. Then I'm also providing support and coaching, where the ongoing coaching and mentoring support, which I provide to traders, is a significant advantage. This guidance can help traders make informed decisions and adjust their strategies as needed. Remember, there are so many trading programs out there, but the ones that have this kind of benefits are rare, such as high reward potential. The potential reward is 100 times the risk, which could lead to substantial gains. Then capital protection. My plan includes measures to protect capital, such as setting stop losses and taking partial profits. And this is not just done in a shabby manner where I just post and expect anybody I don't know. No, I focus on people who I can communicate with directly. You see, that is why I'm communicating with you in this manner. Now, I am a specialist. So the asset traded is a specialized asset. Many people talk about diversification because it is always recommended that you should spread investment across different asset classes or markets to minimize risk. But I focus on an asset that has everything you would want to look for in other assets. The better you focus and specialize, the more likely you are to succeed in trading, which I have mastered. And if you follow my instruction, you are also going to achieve the same mastery. Then I provide continuous evaluation because using a scientific method, you have to keep reviewing. So I am regularly reviewing and adjusting my trading plan to ensure it remains effective and aligned with market conditions. So what will you say about this? Overall, my trading plan is robust. And despite how captivating it might seem, it is still crucial for me to stay vigilant and adapt to changing market conditions. I have remained in this manner, vigilant. So it is now up to you to choose your participation. All right? Choose your participation. I cannot, just say this and keep saying it and you don't decide what to do with it. This information came to you without you making any payment for it. And even to access and use the information will still be free for you. You succeed with it, then you pay me. So there are considerations which, first of all, if I look at market volatility, this is one of the reasons why people fail. Okay, the market is volatile, but with mastery, you know when to take an entry. And since I do not expect you to have the expertise I already have, I'll be the one guiding you on when to take the entry. So you have nothing to worry about, nothing to fear, because I ensure my strategy accounts for unexpected market fluctuations. And I also guide all of my traders to adjust position sizes accordingly. Then there is nothing like over optimism in my program. Yes, I have mentioned that past performance is promising, right? However, it is still something I remain cautious about, which means I continue to adapt to changing market conditions. That is why I say this is a continuous opportunity. So it is not something that because you succeeded with me today, tomorrow you want to go and start doing it on your own and take the risk without caring that you have a mentor and a coach. That could lead to failure. And I don't like my students to come out with a bad record. Okay. I always want everyone to have success stories to tell. So for you to do that, you have to be loyal to my program. You will always have me. All right. I have done several businesses. I have so many experiences. I have dealt with so many professionals. Okay. So whatever you are going out there to look for, I probably already have an insight on it. All right. Then I am providing you trader education. I am continuously educating traders on market analysis, risk management, and trading psychology, which I believe can help them make informed decisions. I have a balanced plan, okay, that takes into consideration the risk and reward effectively, also with a focus on capital protection and trader support. There is nothing you can ask for that I am not providing. So join my Power40 trading community. Yes, join my Power40 trading community so that you can enjoy the benefits of these services I am providing, not only to consultants in the oil and gas industry, but also to everyone, whether employees, whether self-employed, whether artisans, whether craftsmen, whether uh, solopreneurs, whether professionals in different fields, accountants, engineering, medical profession, legal profession, whichever field you are coming from, I am here to guide you. I'm providing you 5-month program with one setup for swing trading per week for 5 months. There is no entry barrier, no service fee to join, and members can fund their trading account with any amount from $100 and above. I am also sticking to revenue sharing, where members pay 50% of their weekly payout as success fee. Then also, I am providing free setup and guidance because my weekly swing trading setup will need you to master them. Okay, so I have to guide you and then mentor you on that, which is why my coaching program is ongoing. And then you are not paying for either coaching sessions with me. Everything that you have to do with me is free. You succeed and pay me. There are benefits I've mentioned. You are learning from an experienced trader. You gain insights and knowledge from my own expertise. Okay. Then there is potential for significant profits, up to 100% capital-based payout potential. There is also flexibility and control. You choose your own broker, you fund your account and execute trades yourself. Then you have access to Power40 STS course. You learn how to generate your own trade setups and take control of your income. So I have done the best I can do to put this information out to you. I want you now to show commitment, and then let us see how far you can go with this. I wish you success as we start something meaningful together. I remain once again Francis Isugu. I am the founder of the Power40 Street Funding, Power40 Scientific Trading School, Power40 Trading Community, Power40 Remoteness Community. All right. I am the founder of Cloud Hive and several other startups, up to 14 startups. So you can learn a lot from me. I want us to do something together. Tell me how soon you'll be able to raise a minimum capital of $100 to join my Power40 trading community. I'm waiting to hear back from you. Thank you very much and see you when you join.